Number one, we value our state. We hit our state hard in recruiting in this period right now, in this past recruiting period. We covered the state in almost every single area. Some of the outliers that maybe weather didn't allow us to get to, we will hit in the spring. But within the first couple days of spring recruiting, when we are out on the road, we had hit every school in this state. We hit the majority already. It is important to us, not only from the student athletes that are in this state, but our relationships with the coaches. We haven't got to get out and go recruiting in 2 years in January. For us to be able to go out and see some of the new coaches, for us to get on the other side of the state, on the east side of the state, and see some of those coaches over there and sit down and have an interaction. And not necessarily always talk recruiting. You know what? Talk shop. Talk about football. Talk about philosophy. Talk about how they're growing their programs. It was just awesome to do in general, and to be able to facilitate those relationships. The cool thing to see from going around and recruiting in this state is the mentality that's built in through the youth. And that's why we must continue, and we always will, because it builds the identity into who we are from this state. The young men in this state, they're taught a certain way. They're taught how to work a certain way. They're taught accountability and what teamwork is. And that's what our program has been built on. So we'll continue to recruit. A lot of these young men, to be honest with you, Ron, I mean, they had scholarship offers to play, at other schools at different levels. And they chose to come here to be a part of this. And we're very grateful for that. What we've done in that, too, is bringing guys into the program that we feel that can excel through development over the course of years. We've done that in the past. Guys like, whether it's Leighton, who walked on here and, after 2 years, I think it was pretty evident after a couple years of development, he looked completely different than what he did when he walked in here, and he was sagging in his uniform and his jersey didn't fit him, and he was wearing number 95 compared to what he looked like when he left. Or Dice. Dice comes in here as a D lineman. We need an offensive lineman. He switches over, plays center. Now the guy's been playing in the league, for a decade. Not to say that every one of these individuals is going to work out that way, but to say that these individuals will have a tremendous impact on this program. They all may not become NFL stars, but they will become important leaders of this state, of this community, in different arenas, whether it could be in politics, they could become future law enforcement, firemen, anywhere within that. And that's what we're about building here. And we look forward to being able to build more depth, more specifically into our team. You can see that we hit the wide receiver position in there. The running back position, which Taylor's got some position flexibility. You guys have all seen him from covering around here. What do you see in our offense? It's a natural fit. Let's slot, line up at the outside wide receiver, move into the backfield. He can do all those different things. We're excited about that. Hunter can stretch it and go. He's got change of direction, lateral quickness, and he's got a burst. We also have the advantage of being able to see these guys in high school football camp, see what they're doing in pads, be around them, watch them, not just watch what they're doing on film, but watch and see how they're being coached, how they lead their teammates. Make no mistake that we pay attention to all those things, because that's what we're going to look, from this group to do once they get here. Just like some of our local walk-ons that joined our team this fall, who did a tremendous job and who are helping grow the mentality of the team. The big deal is always continuing to build the depth in the fronts. You only have so many scholarship players, and we will continue to look for walk-ons in both the O-line and the D-line, because as you all know, we cannot build enough depth there. His team coming to summer camp, his team was extremely competitive in summer camp. And guess who was leading that charge? The team took that certain type of mentality. The way he runs that ball, he runs it with a certain mentality and physicality, has the ability to make people miss, and has the ability to go through people too. And we're just grateful for the opportunity to have that interaction and being around him and see who he is as a person. And yeah, you're right. I mean, it's unfortunate that he didn't get to, show it through consistency over the course of his senior year. But like you said, he came out and had a pretty special play right out of the gates.